You won't believe what happens next. Just as I was confused, a storm of lightning and thunder hit, leaving the doctor astonished. I snapped back to reality as if sucked by lightning. Maybe Ramiro is the missing puzzle piece after all. If it's not her, then who could it be? Why is she trying to wipe us out? Is she here for a robbery? Maria is just waiting by the front door. Here's my theory. Maria and Melina's house just turned into a horror movie set, with both of them getting the boot. Things have taken a turn for the worse. They're testing Leo, but who would go to such lengths? There's another theory lurking around. The sixth, Sousa, the notorious drug lord Leo mentioned, might still be alive. The glass-wearing thugs in 4 killers. Likely his men. Their goal, eliminate Maria and Leo, then us witnesses. I tried to escape the chaos, but someone slipped out. Then in the ambulance, I snatched a random shirt and a phone, trying to leave Leo a message to get ready. But guess what? I barely made it before it ran out of juice. Maybe it was him. He faked his death and misunderstood, but my phone died before I finished. Left with no choice, I walked to Leo's place. I tried to hitch a ride at the gas station, but got rejected. Just as I was about to lose hope, I spotted the familiar red van and the guy with glasses lurked. To make sure I wasn't hallucinating, I asked the staff to verify if that person had super round eyes. He just finished fixing it and waited for his buddies to get in. I stealthily took a motorcycle to follow. I zoomed off to beat them to the punch, but guess what? The bike ran out of gas halfway through. The guy with glasses offered me a ride. Terrified, I thought better take it than wait to die. After a moment of deep thought, I hopped into their car. With the storm brewing outside, the silence in the vehicle was downright creepy. I always felt they wanted to kill me. Near the destination, they ordered me out, pleading, "Don't harm Leo and his wife, or my family." They just reminded me not to waste my breath as all phones were dead tonight. After getting out, I hobbled home, and when I fell, I realized this scene was all too familiar. I had seen this exact moment before through my own eyes in a vision. First, they took care of the dog, then they disabled the alarm system in Leo's house. I rushed home shouting to wake everyone up and get ready to flee, but would Judy and the kids listen? No way. I immediately grabbed the walkie-talkie to call Leo, telling him that there were 5 armed individuals sent by Sousa. But upon catching sight of the flames inside the house, I realized it was too late already. I pleaded hard for them to flee, but Judy and the kids wouldn't budge. They trusted the hospital cops for safety. I trust you. At some point, Marina would come through that door, and if we didn't get her to the hospital, she'd be stuck here. No matter how I described the impending massacre, they just wouldn't budge. Watching that made me lose all hope. Just as I was ready to throw in the towel, the scene outside left everyone gobsmacked. It was actually raining outside. The scene was exactly the same as that vision I had before, without any difference. Then, the next second, there was a loud banging at the door. Everything seemed to play out as I had described. The cycle was beginning again. When I opened the door, there she was, Marina. I couldn't be more familiar with the scenario. I knew convincing her to leave was utterly impossible now. The storm in real life looked even wilder than in my visions. The fight across the street was heating up as well. We saw someone driving over from across the street, and if we didn't move, we were toast. Get out of here, hurry up, go die somewhere else. All I could do was urge Judy to take the kids and leave, but then something unexpected happened. The red van pulled up and just parked outside, honking like mad. This was nothing like my previous vision. In my vision, armed folks exited the vehicle. The cops cautiously approached, but found the guy with glasses warm yet utterly lifeless after ripping off the mask. I dashed back inside to find Judy hadn't taken the kids and was instead heroically tending to Marina. I told Judy the guys who were after us were dead, but little did I know there was still a young fella lurking in the wings. At the critical moment, Leo's voice crackled through. Thank goodness. He was alive. He filled us in that those guys were killers sent by drug lord Sousa, and he had dealt with all 5 of them. Turns out Leo overheard my gossip and, under pressure, got Grandpa's hunting rifle ready. He hadn't slept a wink till he spotted someone breaking in, saw the dog on the floor, and that's when he sprang into action, grabbing his gun to get ready for showdown. But Leo claimed he didn't know how Maria got hurt. Little did he realize at that moment he was also shot. Leo urgently called for us to come quickly. He had lost an excessive amount of blood, and Leo, he's the killer. Leo, he truly is the killer. At this point, Bruno seemed to be spiraling into a vision, vaguely feeling the masked figure creeping closer. When the three of us entered the house, the first thing that greeted us was a couple of corpses. It was all a far cry from my visions heading upstairs. The vibe felt increasingly off. The remaining bodies lay sprawled. Leo was nowhere to be found, silent. At that moment, Bruno was closing in on the masked figure, and on the second floor, there was a body sprawled on the bed. In my vision, Maria was there, but in reality, Leo had taken a bullet to the head and was face down in the bathroom. Just then, an astonishing scene unfolded as the female officer suddenly noticed the seemingly deceased dog bouncing back to life. Getting closer, she realized with relief that it was merely under the influence of some anesthesia. Truth approached, and the police, inspecting closely, shockingly found their dead Interpol colleague. Even stranger, the man slumped in the bathroom wasn't even Leo. He was just wearing Leo's clothes. At that moment, I realized all the answers were becoming clear as day. Bruno finally saw the masked figure's true identity. When he slowly removed the mask, it turned out Leo was the ultimate winner all along. Leo yet on. After Leo had taken care of us all, he finally revealed his true self by taking off the hood. He was the infamous Butcher Sousa with horrible deeds. To evade police, he fabricated so many stories he forgot who he was. Marie wasn't even his drug mule, she was just an ordinary painter. Two people who shouldn't have met ended up in the same story.